Hello, welcome. This is the season finale of the ACC Championship for ACRL. We're going to be racing at historic Paul Ricard today. It should be a good season finisher. It was supposed to be an endurance event. However, due to the general incompetency of the endurance system, we've moved it to a short sprint race to finalize the season. Currently, Simone Ezzi, our championship leader, is going to be happily defending his position. Petrol being hot on their tail, only 7 points down in the championship, is certainly going to be looking to steal it in the final hours. Unfortunately today, I have no official co-caster. My fiance is here with me. I don't think you'll be able to hear her, but at some times you may hear me fielding questions. With free practice finishing now, we're going to be heading into qualifying, and qualifying should be quite the experience today. We've got a 27 deep field. Not too many people on the track, considering it's Paul Ricard and its straight is about 2.5 miles long. I'm sure we'll find room for everybody. Now, we are running the chicane-less layouts, so we're going to see these cars maxing out those 6th gear, 7th gear, whatever they have for their final gears. I'm going to see them absolutely limited to those top speeds. I don't think you're going to see anybody screwing around with a high downforce setting today. Of course, we still got some people out on track making us wait for them. Not picking any names there, but I might be watching one of you. So today we're going to be seeing some good action. It looks like it's going to be raining the whole time through, which I absolutely love. We can hop on board, maybe take a look. Not that one. Let's try that again. You can see a little bit of spray coming down there. Barely affecting the visibility though. Not even much spray from the cars in front. Hopefully it's going to pick up a little, but either way, should be interesting. Those wet tires not quite as good. And there we go. We're going to be swapping over to the qualifying. As expected, our usual suspects were up at the top of the practice list. Severt, I think I saw Yezi up there, Pisani. The names you expect to do well in this one. We're going to go to drive here. Perfect. And then let's hop on board with Michael Kundasiglio. Michael's got some big sponsors behind him, but I hear he might be experiencing some hardware failure at home. Let's hope he is not besieged by any G25 issues. Of course, an excellent driver in his own right. He certainly has the pace. Hugh Messenger, is he the first one out on track for this? No, he's still in the pits, but he's shown up first on the timing screen, so. No in-game audio. Okay, we're gonna solve that, thank you. We will sort this somehow. Is it alive? No, it's not alive. That's so strange. Device. There we go. We have solved it. My apologies for that. My television had stolen my audio output. Bastard. So I got a quick 20-minute qualifying today and then a solid hour sprint. Is anybody in chat aware of a mandatory pit stop? Turn down a tad, I can do that. Wow, y'all are so helpful. Certainly wasn't going to call you sensitive. No mandatory pit stop. Excellent. So we're just going to see a straight sprint race. I can't imagine anybody would be foolish enough to mandate themselves to having this stop. That definitely will not be quicker. Oh my lord. Okay, we're just gonna go nice and down on this one. Alright, there we go. That's about as far down as I'm willing to go. See, here at ACRL, we are sponsored by Noise. Also, the ACRL refueling app, brought to you by our very own Sylvette. That's, I think that's correct. It's one of those days, you know? But the ACC Strategist app is the name of it, actually. The greatest in apps that you can get on the Google Play, possibly the Apple. It does say Kailami, but you know what? It's not Kailami. I'm not sure if you can tell from the glorious parking lot that we're driving on, but this is the safest surface known to man, Paul Ricard, with approximately 90% runoff surface. It is nearly impossible to find yourself in the barrier. Although I have a feeling somebody will prove me wrong by the end of this race. 15 minutes left. We've only got one time down on the board, and that's Michael Kundasiglio putting in a 1:56. I don't know how that's going to stand up, though. It's just the first one in. I'm sure we'll see somebody faster come through anytime soon. Let's take a jump on board. Oh, there we go. Petrol putting in a 1:55. And I don't think he's going to slow down, so how about we hop on board with this mad lad in the best of views, because I know it's offensive to some. If you notice any frames dropping, could you let me know? I did recently go and upgrade the internet, so I figured I should be able to do 60 FPS, but I'll gladly bump it back down if we start losing any. I would hope so. We didn't upgrade the internet just for this, so. I was tired of that terrible upload speed offered to us in the base package. I don't know about you, but I like a really big package. Haha! Yeah, everybody loves a big package. Oh man, that turn, I gotta tell you, it is absolutely terrifying to just huck it in and hope you got enough. It's about a solid halfway through that turn. You know, I always did enjoy the Mickey Mouse voice from South Park more than the Mickey Mouse voice from Mickey Mouse, so that probably makes sense. Ooh, see, there we go. Pete, putting down a blistering lap, but Simone, even faster. The battle for that championship is gonna be tight today. I guarantee it. The two of them are... I'm pretty sure they're just ignoring the rest of the field at this point, because it's going to be whoever is the victor of this race is going to take the championship. And I think it's close enough that if neither of them can get the victory, Pete only has to take maybe 1 or 2 positions further than Simone. in order to take the victory. So you gotta wonder, would Pete ever resort to such dastardly means as perhaps damaging Simone early in the race just to put him back a few places? Only time will tell, and I wouldn't put it past him. He is driving an Audi. As a general rule, I don't trust anybody who would drive an Audi. Speaking of Audi drivers, back in the field we have our resident mega superstar, Sylvain Villet, driving for Supernova Racing 2. The brilliant mind here behind the ACC Strategist app. For those times when you're going to have a mandatory pit stop but you don't know how to do math, if you can't figure out what a fuel map is or how to do maybe a simple division, well, guess what? You don't need to anyway, because Sylvain did it all for you. Just go ahead, download that app, give it 5 stars in the store today, and I'm sure he'll thank you tomorrow with a handwritten note. He must have heard that. He's pulling over to write me a handwritten note currently. Ah, there we go. He's getting a good run, setting himself up for that absolutely perfect exit into the start-finish line. We're going to run on board with him for this lap. He's going to get nice and wide to the right hand here, brake just after the 100-meter board. Get back over to the left side, just enough. He's going to be on it. The Audi looks like it can handle quite a lot of curb, more than I thought actually. A little bit in there on the turn-in, wasn't using quite as much track as I expected. And just about gets it down to the apex there. Ooh, doesn't manage to get it into the apex there, runs a little wide off track, not sure if that's going to disqualify this time. Not sure how tight the track limits are, to be honest. Ran a few pre-qualifying laps just to make sure that I was within the racing limit for the race. Don't like to broadcast if I personally can't meet the pre-qualifying requirements. Doesn't feel right to me. And here we are. I've had about an hour and a half down the straight to talk about my life story. He's going to throw it into the right, downshift once, and then here's that turn. You brake, and then you're just looking for it. And in VR, it's actually wonderful because you can look for that apex so much sooner. But I can only imagine what it must be like for people on a single 24-inch monitor. You're just hoping you remembered where that apex was, I suppose. It becomes a muscle memory game at that point. I think this lap is going to put him up just a few positions, maybe slot him into a 4th, 5th. He wasn't going blisteringly fast here, but he does have some pace, I know that for sure. Let's see what that does. Oh, nope, never mind. He must not have liked where that was going at all. Definitely thought that would get him up past his 11th place, though. Of course, the dashboard not giving me proper delta information, or else we would have been absolute certain. Down at the bottom of the running order, some strange things I'm seeing here. Is that we have Matteo Passani down in 24th position. He must have just gotten out on track. He's got some pace, so I expect to see him moving up the order. I'm not sure if there are multiple splits for today, but either way, I usually don't see Passani in the back of the running order, even in a split one race, so I'm expecting that he just has not been able to link a lap together, maybe hasn't even left the pit. We're gonna see him come along the start-finish line now. Might as well take a run through the lap with him. And we'll take a fly on with the heli cam. And there we go, he puts up a top 7 position. Pretty good there. We got looks like a disconnect from Kalen Pickett. It's gonna be real unfortunate. Oh, they're back in. Max Vaffel, it looks like a disconnect as well. Unfortunately, the timing software gets a little weird with people leaving, so let's hope it sticks through with us. So we see Pisani coming through. Beautiful helicopter piloting. Not sure where they got this guy from, but he's somehow not hypnotized by the mesmerizing lines of Paul Ricard. Wow, you can really hear that Aston Martin topping out those revs for the entire straight. There we go, back into that turn. Gets it nice and tidy. Oh yeah, gonna be doing commentary on my own today. It's gonna be a fantastic time. I have absolute certainty of that. We've only got an hour of race, so these fools should be pushing as hard as they can. We got a yellow flag here in the last sector, right on the start finish. I think he's gonna be trying to hop across into the pits. Yep, right there in the background, gonna make a quick, safe rejoin. Good on him. If I know my cars, I believe that was Forsberg in the Porsche, or is that Forsberg right behind? That's Forsberg there, so let's see. Who was my... Ah, that was the Gauki Mobile. Beautiful livery. Some real excessive colors right there, I'll tell you. Further up the order than I expected. Nils Shepard putting up that 13th. He's showing some people what he's got today. Running in that not shit team. Seems like they have their eggs in a basket today. That was an interesting bit of camera work there. We're gonna fire whoever was in charge of that. Oh, okay. This is very interesting. The camera just keeps doing whatever it wants. Here we go. Riding along in that donuts not included mobile that Ferrari powered. Unfortunate Ferrari powering there. Actually, we have a Ferrari up in second place as well, so doing a lot better in the SRO than F1 currently. We're seeing some potential championship winning this season from a Ferrari. Now, as far as the season goes, we are led by, as I said, Simone. Petrol coming in second. Michael Condesiglio is within striking range. Joel Forsberg as well. I mean, to be honest, if there was a large enough mix-up, it's potential that somebody as far down as 6th or 7th place could manage. I'm not sure how many points are available, but it's looking like Pisani, in the right situation, could even potentially clinch the championship. However, more likely today we're going to see Simone and Petrol duke it out in that 1-2 position. Neither have produced tremendous qualifying laps so far, though. Chris Severt, one of our SRO esports drivers, driving for Drive in Autosport in the Aston Martin, putting down the fastest lap currently. He's done 6 so far, and they've all been quick. He's real wide there, but track limits are not a thing there, so it's perfectly acceptable. So he gets really wide and dives really close in, eating as much curb as possible. He has that turn perfect. Although he misses the apex there, looks like he's kind of given up on this lap. we'll see. He does have the fastest in at a 154.68. Michael Condesiglio just a tenth slower. Yeah, Chris Everett coming in. Maybe gonna... Does he have time to pit? Yeah, he's gonna have time to pit. He's gonna have time to throw a set of tires on. Real low fuel. Maybe do a blistering fast outlap. And then he's gonna have time to bring home one final one for qualifying, and that's gonna be exciting. Joel Forsberg putting himself up into second place there in the Porsche, driving for Racing Team Aubergine. It's quite the aggressive coloring there. Only just shy of a tenth down on our championship. Oh, our championship leader just comes in and crushes it. Must have heard me mentioning that they weren't going to be fighting for the pole position, and there we go, 154.3. Simone Ezzi in that Ferrari. Rebel Racing Team Green. Not to be mixed up with any other Rebel Racing team. We have a few people out there, I'm sure, streaming their onboard as well. Take a look in the stream catalog on Discord and you may be able to catch your favorite racer driving on board. You can hear them curse in their native language. And we got a minute left in qualifying. As it ticks over, I'm gonna take a sip of water. We should be getting into it soon for the race. Race, of course, starts with a rolling start. Rolling start's always fun, always a chance for some bullshit penalties to come through. Let's hope we don't see any drive-thrus handed out early. Simone running real wide there. That's definitely gonna invalidate that lap. He has some pace, though, I'll tell you. Similar to Spa 24, you're seeing a lot of Porsches up in the top of the charts. That is because the Porsche is disgustingly good. Also, wow, we're just gonna take a moment and appreciate this. We have a BMW in the field. Let's jump on with the BMW now. Somebody driving for Walkenhorst Motorsports seems to have taken the big dollars here, driving for BMW when BMW is terrible. Now, I'm expecting great things from them because they have the confidence to get out there and say, I don't care about that. I'm driving the BMW. They put themselves up into the middle of the field, and I'm hoping that they got a strong run ahead of them. Personally, my favorite, the McLaren. A strong showing in numbers, but unfortunately not a strong showing in pace today. We also see a few stragglers. We've got a Lexus in the field, Mr. Vaffle, funded by the Vafcoin underground market, of course. There's not a lot of Lexuses out there in the ACRL League, but he is certainly the fastest Lexus in the ACRL League. Similarly, you don't see a lot of the Bentleys, but we do have Robert Brunner representing the Bentley Motorsports team today, driving for Raptor Motorsports. I've always been a big fan of this car. It's quite a large and in-charge machine. A little further down, you see Henry Green. Henry Green driving one of the only Nissan GTRs in the field today. It's always good, in my opinion, to see a well-represented spread of cars. I feel like the diversity in motorsports is what drives the sport. Otherwise, we might as well just do IndyCar. Not to knock IndyCar, I love it. But a spec series just isn't for me all the time. There we go. End of qualifying. We have Simone Iezzi in pole position. Michael Kundasiglio pulling up second. Chris Severt third. Joel Forsberg fourth. I don't know. It's Mateus Simonik in fifth. Petrol, Pete Roll down in sixth. That's going to be a hard one for him. He has to make up the gap and still try to get past Simone. He's got a battle ahead of him if he really wants to take this championship. And oh, we gotta prep for the next session. Oh, after all that work, all that prep for the rain, unfortunately it's gonna be a dry race. That's an absolute snooze fest. However, we're gonna have some fun with it. Hopefully my mic is not muted. Good, it's not. So we got the start coming in 4 minutes. Where was I was talking about Petrol. So Petrol has quite the run ahead of him if he's going to want to have a chance at that championship. Because he cannot finish behind Simone. And Simone's going to have to finish a position down, I think, in order for that still to work out in his favor. Jonas Koberstein, Matteo Pisani, and then Aaron Stewart. Kalen Pickett, Max Vaffel, Matteo Lorenzetti, Edward Bewers, Emmanuel Actis, Hui Tung Nguyen, Sylvain Villet, Robert Brunner, Elias Boisoita. Sorry if I got that one wrong. It surprised me that you had 2 OUs in your name. Then we have the return of my co-caster who has officially abandoned me to take part in the final race of the season, Pasi Malanen, putting in a solid 19th as his starting position for having just taken a few months off due to his groin injury. Nils Shepard coming in 20th position. Peter Protest, Mateus Gorzelik, Hugh Messenger, Henry Green, Bob Sacamano. Ooh, that is intimidating. Haroslav Zasek, we're going to assume I got that wrong, and Yannick Bachman filling out the field. We have 2.5 minutes until the start, and it's going to be unfortunate because I wanted a red start or a red light start today. I forgot that we started under rolling start. That unfortunately means that you are all out of a treat. That's all I get to tell you. I'll have to save it for the next season. Gonna take a moment here to rest myself for the start coming in 2 minutes. Drivers eagerly awaiting on the grid. This is the time I wish I could get a quick impromptu interview with somebody, actually. I don't think that'd be possible.
Mic off.
Alright, with 20 seconds left to go, this seems like a perfect time to remind you to smash that bell. That's right, turn on your notifications, know when we go live, do me a favor, follow us, subscribe if you can. You can't hear, but you can on YouTube. We want your eyes on our shit, okay? It's good for us, it's good for you, it's good for everybody. Session's going to be starting now. Of course, this is going to be a snooze fest of a lap. We've got a rolling start, and they're going to take a little parade lap, waving to the crowd. Of course, there is no crowd. We're living in a COVID era, and it's not Portugal. Anybody see that crowd today? Holy crap, that was a lot of people at the F1 race, huh? I did not expect to see that, to be honest. Totally surprised me. But anywho, back to this. They're going to be going around the track once, a little slow lap. Put as much heat into the tire as you can. Now, what time of day is it? It looks pretty dark. I didn't even think to check the time of day, to be honest, but they got headlights on, so I guess we decided to do a nighttime sprint race. Oh, it's 10:05. Perfect. I thought that was my clock. So Simone gonna be looking for the right time. Of course, we're gonna be going down this straight for about, I'd say, a minute and a half, so I figure I could tell you a joke while we're doing it. Feel free in chat if you know the answer. But why can't the pirates ever finish singing the alphabet? I'll give you a few seconds, and you know, when we reach the end of this, I'll give you the answer. Again, that's why can't pirates ever finish singing the alphabet? Don't worry, we're only about a third of the way down the straight so far, so. My God. Could you imagine the track walk here? Well, I hope some of you have thought this through hard, because we're almost at the end. No, I'm just kidding, we're not almost at the end. Nah, there it is. So, one more time. Why can't the pirates ever finish singing the alphabet? Because they always get lost at sea. Oh, I don't know why you guys let me do this. Well, this has been an incredibly long parade lap. We're almost at 10 minutes and 10. However, they're lining up 2 by 2. That means it's almost time to go. That means the race is about to begin. We got a little hiccup there. That's probably going to be from me. Michael really pushing the limits there on what's acceptable for that start box. He knows how to game the system, and he's trying for it. Simone, of course, probably not as prepped to jump. I don't want to use the word jump, but to game the system. You can really see how much he's pushing that. And here we go, on to the start finish, lining up 2 by 2 real tight. Green light, and there they go. Michael getting a good run. He's gonna have a bit of an advantage coming into the first turn, but Simone's gonna be able to brake later. Takes the inside line, keeps the lead, and behind him, Joel Forsberg not gonna lose out. Gonna manage to keep third. Further back, we see no big drama yet. Although we see, somebody off there taking a position, but they run wide, give the position back. That's how it should be done. Ooh, we've got a veritable parking lot down in the 20th position as we are on board with the one and only BMW chasing down Pasi Malinen. Up at the front, has Chris managed to get past Joel? Yes. Joel has been dispatched, has fallen back behind Pete, in fact. That's gonna hurt him. He fell back 2 positions. Must have been just a small bobble there at the start. Got quite a few small incidents in the very first lap. Nothing since then as everything starts to calm down just a little bit. Seeing Aaron Stewart there all over the back. Oh, and we have contact just a few further back. Quite the accident going on. Who was involved there? That's gonna be painful. I think that was even further down. Oh, that's unfortunate. That was Mr. Vaffel. Got bobbled around. Yeah, it was going smooth up until there. It doesn't look like he took too much damage though. Let's see if we can get a closer shot. Yeah, no visible damage. Doesn't look like he's even missing a headlight, so hopefully no harm, no foul, other than a whole lot of lost positions there. Michael wanting to catch Simone, but realistically more gotta worry about Chris in his rear view. Chris putting some good time down, having dispatched Joel in the early laps. He's looking for a shot at Simone today. We see Jonas Koberstein really catching up to the back there in the driving for the Poang gang. That's right, I forgot about the prestigious Poang gang. This TV camera is absolutely atrocious. I apologize. There we go. Driving that McLaren. He is both under attack and looking to get around. Further back in the field, we still see Henry Green, Robert Brunner, Kalen Pickett all battling it out with Matteo Lorenzetti for 17th place, looking to move themselves up in the field. This is a sprint. There's no pit stop strategy, so it's just going to come down to making the moves and trying to stay alive. You got an hour to pick your way through the traffic and try to catch up to Simone, and some of these guys have got to make some moves that they normally would probably think better of, but today you only have 55 minutes remaining. Henry Green driving for Generic Racing, a company better known for their engineering rather than their clever design. Taking a position there, nice and clean. Looks like he swept right on the inside of Kalen Pickett there. Kalen not being able to defend from that. Gonna also be under attack from Robert Brunner soon. Robert Brunner happily looking to chase Henry Green right up the field. Further down, we see Vaffel having dispatched the first. He's just got to get a few more. And by a few, I mean 25. Up at the front, we see Matteo Passani chasing down Koberstein. And I mean chasing down Koberstein. Let's jump on board. Oh wait, not that one. There we go. See the action. Look at how close he is. We have Riccardo Puzzarini here in chat cheering on Rebel Racing. I'm gonna assume Rebel Racing Green. Simone, one of the few people out there with some fans. Looks like he must have smuggled them in, even with COVID restrictions. Matteo really wanting to get around Jonas, but that McLaren is fast. Into turn one, nice and tidy, but looks like Jonas isn't even concerned with having to defend currently. He's more focused on catching Simonek himself than it looks like he's worried about Matteo trying to get by him. This may end up being his downfall, though, as Matteo is looking for a way around, looking for a little alternate route. You want me to jump on board with Pete, do ya? See? And we're on board with Pete roll here. And what's he doing? Driving down the straight, see? And there he goes, driving straight. He's still driving straight. And there he goes, driving straight. You picked a terrible time. He's still driving straight. He's gonna reach the end of it soon, though, I tell ya. Oh, and there it goes into the right turn. Woo! Pete Roll doing some things, but Joel Forsberg is not gonna let him get away with it. Now, Pete is... he's unconcerned with everybody else in this race. There's only one person he cares about. It's Simone. If Simone were managing to lap him, I have no doubt that Pete would put him into a wall. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about Pete's character. I'm just saying he's a competitive man, and he has to get around him. Unfortunately, right now, he has to get around Michael Condesiglio, and Michael's having a good drive. His top three are keeping each other just outside of the draft. As I say that, the timing board kicks over. Chris Severt now 6/10 behind Simone. He's definitely in the draft. We'll jump on board there because Pete not doing anything interesting, and Joel, I don't know if Joel's going to have a move anytime soon. But Chris getting real close to our leader here. You got to wonder, where is he catching that time? I think it's in the second sector. And by the second sector, I mean along the straight. I always expect this track to have better night lighting, to be honest. And there we go, down the straight again, as Chris gonna gain slowly but surely, yeah, in the draft, definitely gaining on Simone. As the timing kicks over, he gained 2/10 this time. And he's just going to continue to chase this down. Joel Forsberg also 2/10 faster up on Pete this lap. Pete's got to be worried. He just got past Mr. Forsberg a little while ago. I'm sure he does not want to lose the position now. It's always painful to start battling it out further down the pack than you need to be. Of course, Simone driving an absolutely perfect drive so far. Well, can't be too perfect if Chris is this close to the back of him, but Chris is on something else today. Yes. He's putting down laps just a third, 3/10 of a second slower than his absolute best. It gets a little squirrely on that crest there, and that's going to cost him just a little bit to the back of that Ferrari. He can't afford to lose anything. But coming up to the straight, looks like he's going to be in a brilliant position to get the draft. Further back, we see Pasi Malonen still holding off Boizoita down back in the field. Boizoita has been trying for some time to get around him. unsuccessfully. Of course, we see Chris. Oh, it's such a tight battle there. Joel just a little closer to Pete than Chris is to Simone. Not sure where we're going to see a move first, but Pisani really throwing it there. Let's jump on board. Christ. He is right in there. Jonas runs a little wide there, and that's going to be all it takes. Matteo just going to be alongside now. Oh, and he holds the position. Matteo is putting him under every bit of pressure he can think about, showing him in the mirror, running different lines through the corner, trying to get a better run, but that one failed for him. He got a far worse exit onto the start. Finished straight there. From a tenth to a half a second in a single turn. Yep, we're seeing Emmanuel Actis, yep, 9th place, putting on a good show there. Is that one of the drivers for Rebel Team Racing? Yeah. Awesome, that's going to be really good points for the team overall as well. Of course, he's not in a battle nearly as close. I say that as Sylvain going to be right on the bumper here of win. Wow, you can really see how hungry Chris is there. Braking nice and late, knows exactly how close he can get to the bumper. That's going to put him in a really good position coming up into the next straight. As long as he can keep it close, doesn't lose anything. Oh, and there he goes. Dives to the inside. There's a little bit of contact, but he's managed to get by the leader. A clean move from him. Unfortunately, it looked like Simone just wasn't quite ready for it. Had a little touch for him in the back, but I don't think that's going to hurt him. So he's going to take the position nice and clean into the start-finish straight. Straight on in. Nice and easy for him. P1. Simone going to try and keep up, take it back, but Chris had his number for quite a while there. Further down the order, we have something bad happened. Mr. Forsberg. Mr. Forsberg was pressuring the back of Pete Roll, if I remember. But he must have bobbled it, because he has fallen back to his 8th position now, behind Pisani. Pete quite happy with that, to have the pressure off. He's going to be just driving down the straight for a while now. With the battle between Forsberg, Pisani, and Actis, though, the three of them only a second apart altogether. Close battles throughout the field, though. We have Edward Boers down here battling it out, with Matteo Lorenzetti diving to the inside as they head down the straight. And as they keep heading down the straight, it looks like he's had a little better of a run. And as they keep heading down the straight, there he goes and he takes the position. And as they keep going down the straight, there we go. He's now taken that position nice and clean. Excellent drag race. You gotta love it. That's not a true statement. I do wish we had a chicane in here. God, I hate that straight. A little further up, we had a little bit of a bobble, a little bit of a bumble. Pasi Malanen getting rather dicey here with Sylvain. Now, oh, hold on one moment. Sorry about that. And as I say that, of course, Posse losing out just a little bit. Gonna fall back. Of course you can. We're gonna jump up to Simone here, who has kept up but not gained since losing the position. Would you like a closer view? I can get you a closer view. We'll do an onboard here with Iesi as he chases Chris down the straight. Now, you can really see the power of that Aston Martin as it just continues to motor away. Chris, an excellent driver. I believe mentioned it a few times. He is driving in the SRO Esports. Some of his races so far this season have not been nearly as dominating. It's a little squirrely there, but it's not even going to hurt him as he manages to hold it together. Comes through and he's going to be leading another lap. Further back, we see a bit of shake-up. I believe that was Zasek moving up a position. Simone eating a lot of that curb. Mr. Forsberg, though, we're going to jump to him. He is under attack. Let me correct that. He just made the attack. He got by Pisani just as I was jumping on board with him. And now, looking to the outside, switches back to the inside, takes the position from Koberstein as well. A 2-for-1 in 3 corners. Beautiful move from Mr. Forsberg. That's going to be one he's going to want to see later. Absolutely glad I caught that for him. And down the straight, it looks like he's going to have just enough to keep it out of counterattack range as well. Beautiful work from him, but now Koberstein gonna have to look behind him. Pisani wants some. The 3 of them coming through that fast right-hander. Now into that floaty, blind apex. Forsberg just hammering it down. Really, really good. Putting a little more distance through every corner. Looks like Koberstein running a little wide there. That's going to hurt him as Pisani is going to sense even more opportunity. A little further back, though, we see something even closer. Sylvain. Has he done it? Yes, he had. I missed the move, but he just managed to get past Win. Posse now looking for that same opportunity. Down the straight, you see Boizoita. He's keeping it up into this fight. He got jostled around a little earlier, but he's managed to keep it together. Just realized that Posse's windshield says puke. Seems fitting for a man who will likely be drinking wine as we speak. He's really looking for a way around that Porsche, but that Porsche is extra wide today. See, Our leader having a fairly comfortable drive now, putting a full second between him and Simone. It's going to be a blessing for Pete, who's just hoping to catch Simone, and Simone not being able to just run away with this race is definitely a bonus for him. Of course, he's not having much luck himself chasing down third place Michael Condesiglio. We're gonna miss this if I don't get there soon enough. Is that Pisani looking for Koberstein? He's putting the pressure down. Although further back we also see Wynn. Wynn had lost the position now. Pasi making an excellent maneuver as I had moved away from him, as is tradition. I'm gonna jump back on board with Pisani, who's... Oh, and there we go. We have a drive-through penalty from Bozoita. That must be a track limit violation. Taking the piss out of one too many corners, it seems. Yes, they'll get you for that. You can't beat the stewards. Pisani, however, he's looking to beat Koberstein's, gaining a little there. He's fluctuating, it seems, in the first sector. He seems to lose out a bit. Had to think about it for a moment. Now that's going to be real painful for Bozoit having a drive through here, because the pit lane is not short. Also, nobody needs to use the pit lane except for him, so that's just going to be terrible. Pete has lost out to Michael lap after lap now. 7/10 in the last lap he lost to Michael. I'm not sure if he's just going for a strategy of saving the tires more for the final bit. Woo! And there we had a big slide from Koberstein. Little Tokyo Drift moment as Pisani says thank you DK and drives right on by. Beautiful save though, I have to give it to Koberstein. You know what? I think I can even. We're gonna go back and see if I can catch that. We're gonna see it? Nah, damn. Well, that's unfortunate, but it's okay. Tried to use the instant replay, but I forgot. Bozoita really pushing the limits here. He was hella close to the back of Boers, and now he's serving that drive-through. Sylvain, not sure what I missed there, but he seems to have dropped back a few positions. I don't see any damage, so maybe just a quick spin. It's going to be an unfortunate one. Nils quietly in 10th. I think he's been practicing. Really good drive from him so far, representing the not shit team. One of the very few, I think the only, Mercedes on the field today. Surprising, no AMD logos anywhere on the car. Oh wait, oh no, that's an AMG logo. It now makes sense why he drives this car. I just had a moment of clarity, as they would say in the meetings. Further down the field, we have not a lot of battling going on. Oh no, Matteo Pisani taking the piss and now suffers the penalty. He's got his drive-through. And you gotta wonder, how much have these guys been cutting if we're seeing drive-throughs only 25 minutes into this race? Also, how soon is he gonna choose to sort this out? Looks like he is diving in now. All right, gonna do that nice and clean, real quick. It's gonna cost him quite a few positions, though. We're gonna see him filter out, probably down in like 13th, 14th position, I imagine. The pit lane is long, but he doesn't have to stop. So it's not a stop and go. Won't kill him too much. But I still think he's going to lose a couple more. Oof. That really hurts right there, I'll tell you. Our chart should update soon, but he's going to be falling hard down. I think he's down in the 20th position, maybe 22nd currently. Oof, 21st. That is a drive-through, I'll tell you. I didn't expect to be so brutal with that. But yeah, now that I look at it, Boyzoida fell all the way down to 26th position with his, so definitely not the drive-through you want, because even though it's not the longest, it is hella long. Nice battle down here. Vaffel coming back from his early unfortunate expedition off the track. He's now battling it out for 18th, potentially more. Could definitely see him slotting himself into 17th if Green and Messenger find themselves. I just got a live comment from the car. We're gonna allow that one. Matteo Pisani, live comment from that drive-thru saying "cunt." So unfortunate for him, he definitely did not want to be serving that at this time in the race. I don't even know how many cuts you need to have triggered that, but he's really got to be pushing it. Joel Forsberg showing what the Porsche can do, really having one of those triumphant return drives. He fell down the order a little bit, and now he's coming back up. He's going to be putting Simonik under pressure soon. Simonik, of course, has pace, but not normally one of the front runners. You have to go and find yourself down 11th position in the championship to find him. So he's definitely been a contender. He's just not been the contender. So I imagine Joel, who this season has been very fast, is going to find himself... He's going to find himself struggling to get by. I believe they're teammates. Let me check my sources here. They are teammates. You gotta wonder, is there team orders? Will Simonik let Forsberg by? 4 cuts as penalty. Vasani with the info here. How are you doing that, you absolute animal? You are racing on a track right now. This man is listening to me racing on a track and answering my questions live in chat. We've got another drive-through over there from that Zasek fella. Definitely got the name wrong again, but that's okay. We're going to see him down in last position for sure after this one. Michael Condesiglio is on a tear here. He once told me the Porsche is OP. Well, he's showing it. He didn't have the best qualifying, but his race pace is glorious. Chasing down Simone now. He wants a chance at Chris. He wants to show him that he's actually the best SRO driver on our grid. We're officially reaching the halfway through. Man, every time they get on the straight, my brain shuts off for about a minute and a half until they reach the other end. Forsberg still looking at the back of Simonik. These two race together, they prep together, they practice together, and their pace is similar. So it's not going to be that easy for him to get around. Oh, and there it goes. That is crippling. I see it now. That's the drive-through from Mr. Forsberg. From 6th, that is pretty much where Pisani was. So I'm going to see him falling down the order, probably down to 20th position himself. That's absolutely gutting. That's what happens when you push it too far, I guess. Oh, he just does it on the long straights. I guess that makes sense. There's so much time that you can look over, type something on your computer, and not even worry. Oh man, Forsberg is gonna be absolutely furious with himself after. Oh, big yawn there. But yeah, Forsberg's gonna be upset with himself after that really good drive. He's gonna be finding himself right back in the back of the pack. Let's see, that's gonna be. Oh, he's gonna be a real lucky man though. Gonna be coming out 14th, maybe 15th at worst. There's quite a battle here going around Vaffel right now. Pisani, Hugh Messenger, Vaffel, Pickett behind, Gorzelik as well, looking to grab something if something might happen. Nice 5-way battle in the middle of the race for 17th. That is looking spicy. Let's hope that we don't see Vaffel end up eating it from behind again. Although, up at the front, Michael Condesiglio is looking at the back of Simone closer and closer as we go. He's now under half a second for the entire lap. If he gets a good run on the straight, it is going to be over. That's going to be his position. Woo! They're going too wide. Pisani, Vaffel into that sweeping right-hander. Looks like Vaffel's going to tuck in behind Pisani. Pisani making the move around, trying to get around Messenger now in the same car. Pisani definitely has the pace. And there goes Vaffel off again. I'm not sure if that was self-inflicted or not. We got a yellow flag currently as he looks to rejoin Gesundheit. And there we go. He's back on green flag, green flag. Everything is okay. Henry Green looking really spicy on the back of Sylvain. Wants to make something happen. Didn't get a good run though. That Nissan definitely has some grunt down the straights, but that Audi just had a fantastic exit onto it, so. Vaffel unfortunately falls down he's in the pits. Not sure if that's parked or getting repaired. That's painful for him. Condesiglio all over the back of Simone now, just a tenth, and Simone runs wide. That's all he needed. Just one mental mistake, and it's over. And then Michael capitalizes, takes the clean line onto the start-finish straight, and I don't think Simone is going to be able to counterattack into turn 1. Nope, nice easy dive into turn 1 there from Michael. Doesn't even have to worry about a crazy move on the inside. And now he just has to continue to keep his head down and try to chase down Mr. Severt, who is a solid 3 seconds up. Not very far, to be honest. Ooh, down here we got something spicy going on. We got Win. Win's looking good. He's looking at the back of Forsberg. These are, of course, our Easter edition Porsche racing teams. Henry Green. see Villette on the back of Lorenzetti, Green on the back of Villette. Looked like Villette looked for an opportunity on the inside, was not quite close enough to make it count. We're gonna jump on board with Henry Green. Take a look at this battle happening in front of him. He's hoping that something works out for him. Maybe a little contact, maybe a lockup. He doesn't need much, he just needs something. But he does not get the best run out onto this straight, and that's gonna hurt him. That Audi is dastardly fast. Of course, the Audi securely in the toe of the Aston. He's gonna pull out. They're going side by side into the sweeping right. No, he's gonna get past him. Beautiful move. That is a drag race and a half. Oh, and that was a beautiful block from Sylvain. Defensive driving, not expected at all from Lorenzetti. And then Lorenzetti runs a little wide. There goes Henry Green to the outside now. He's got him on the inside. He's going to get the position, and that's easy for him. Is he going to be able to take Sylvain, though? I don't think so. Villette runs a little wide for the late apex. Good line. Henry took a little earlier of an apex. Definitely going to hurt him here. And then look at that. It's definitely the better section there from Villette. Comes out ahead. Henry not going to be close enough to dive in on turn one. Makes a look. He's not going to make the dive. Sylvain doesn't fall for it. Doesn't make the defensive move. Doesn't compromise his line into the first section. Sylvain is definitely a veteran here. Knows how to put the car on the track to keep people behind him. Haven't seen anything dirty. Just seen some very wide Audis so far. Henry trying something to get around, but it's just not working out for him. And once again, not quite the best exit from him into that section. I'm not sure what more he can do, but it just doesn't seem he can come out of it better than Sylvain. And yep, we got rain coming in 30. The rain, of course, gonna be here only 9 minutes after the race ends, so who the hell cares, am I right? Condesiglio keeping his lead on Iezi. Iezi just hoping that Pete can't keep up. Pete is 7 seconds back, 6.5 if you want to have some semantics here, but 20 minutes left. It's up to Simone to keep it consistent. He's had good pace. He's had excellent pace, to be honest. And Pete has been pretty much even with him. So if Simone can keep his focus, if he doesn't overreach, to be honest, he's in a position to win the championship here. It doesn't matter about the race. Obviously the race win is always good, but what matters more? The race win or the championship? And if you could lose the championship by going for a move that you don't need to take, I just don't know why you'd do it. The only person he has to defend is Pete. It makes for an exciting finish, knowing that the only person he has to worry about is the one right behind him. It's not going to hurt him that Michael's in front of him, although it probably would have been better to have a buffer between them. It's just not worth pushing too hard right now. Of course, Pete, he still has to make up another person. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure that just beating Simone won't be enough for points for the championship. He's going to have to beat him and an additional place. Forsberg, not sure what's going on back here, but you've been battling it out with some people I didn't expect to see you battling it out with right here. That's gonna be, yeah, that was Edward Bewers right there that you just got past. You're making a good run back up the field though. Of course, Forsberg had to serve that drive-through not too long ago, took him out of contention. He was up there battling for 6th with Koberstein. Koberstein real happy that he's not under pressure anymore. Of course, Forsberg just trying anything he can to get back up into those top positions. He wants to score as many points as he can for his team. Nils, quietly in 8th position. Hasn't had big battles, hasn't had big moments, hasn't made big moves, has been driving his own drive, and it's been successful. If he can keep it together for another 18 minutes like he is now, I think this might be one of his better results for the season. Pasi Malinen, of course, well, we see Pasi up in 9th place now. He was really eager to get back behind the wheel, I know that. Henry Green looking at the back of Villette still. Matteo Lorenzetti looking at the back of Green, and Pisani looking at the back of Lorenzetti. You got a beautiful train here, and it's quite the color combination. You got red, green, blue, green. I guess you could call the second one pink if you were a real animal. Either way, those are all looking pretty... Oh, as I say it, Pisani, excellent run here from the back. Lorenzetti dives to the inside to take the inside line into the sweeping right-hander. But Pisani's got a lot of speed. He's going to be able to take it on the outside. Looked like maybe a tiny smidge of contact there, but I'm not quite certain. Either way, Pisani slots himself in comfortably, the 3rd person in that train of 4. Sylvain happy to lead this train, definitely does not want to be losing any more positions than need be. And you hate to see it, but there's another drive-through for Protus and the McLaren. He, once again, just taking a little too much out of those curbs. The real story here, though, we've got Michael. He's a 2nd down on Chris Everett. Chased down that race leader in the past couple of laps. Took 2 seconds out of the lead. It's going to be under a second now. Soon he's going to be in that slipstream. Michael is absolutely feeling it today. You can tell how absolutely on the limit that Porsche is through some of these turns. Robert Brunner looking to take that position from Wynn. Oh, rain in 10. Oh my God, it might just get spicy. This could be a truly beautiful thing. Of course, we're gonna jump right on board with Michael. Let's see how much he's able to catch up to the back of Severt. Severt definitely... Ooh, we have Vaffel there. Vaff, why don't you jump into the spectator and hop into the broadcast, eh? Nils, 9th place, just lost a position to Pasi Malinen. That man has come back. It took a quick break. Okay. Well, you know, you're always welcome to come spit as much vitriol at them as you'd like. Pasi was dying to get back to driving after his injury, and I'm sure he practiced his absolute much as he could this week. Nils, who's had one hell of a drive, it's just been really consistent, clean, Not too fast, but definitely, obviously not too slow. I don't think he was ready for the sheer aggression that was Posse Melanin today. And we're gonna look back, still in the back of the pack here. Pisani, Green, Villette. The three of these guys. They're inseparable. Further back. Oh, that's unfortunate. We have 3 retires so far. Oh, this could be interesting. Michael has been spending so much effort trying to find the chink in Chris Severt's armor that Simone has put together a drive, come back to the back bumper here. We might see Michael under attack soon. Of course, Pete, this is Pfeffel. The straight is literally 42 seconds long. He could write you a novel. He could write you 12 novellas at the end of Paul Ricard. So Posse, you know, I don't know what he did there, but I'm sad I missed it. I hope Nils didn't touch him. We'll find out for sure at the end of this. That is absolute. But Posse has definitely done something because he's now behind Nils again in the timing. Not going to jump away though because Simone is real close here. We got Mr. Condesiglio just trying to keep it together. Now Simone, I think Simone was facing a little bit of mental fatigue. He bumbled it, and then he was probably a little, well, let's just say Italian about it. And I think a cooler head has prevailed, and he stopped overdriving it. He's back to where he needs to be, and he's putting down the laps he has to because he's taken a solid 10th, maybe 2, out of Michael per lap for the past couple of laps. I would absolutely love to jump on board with Pisani back there in 16th, but yeah, let's do it. I don't think that there's going to be a move made yet. Pisani looking for Henry Green again, but it's just a train. Nice cargo train back here for 14, 15, 16, 17, to be honest. It doesn't matter how well he seems to drive through that corner. The GTR in front of him just grunts away, aided by the slipstream of Mr. Villette. But there we go. It looks like Green wants to make a move to the outside of Villette, thinks better of it, slips back behind. And there he goes. He puts himself to the inside once again, makes the move. Sylvain real close to the bumper there. It was a fair and a half move. I liked what I saw there. Excellent driving from Henry Green. Oh, but unfortunately Henry Green gets a little sideways. Sylvain gets into him, and I'll stop saying nice things about people. And as I was watching that son of a bitch, wouldn't you guess, we missed a move at the top of the field. But wait, we're gonna watch it, boys. No, I'm pretty sure nope, I'll never catch it, I'm sorry. There's no way. That's real unfortunate, I'll tell you what. Oh, and we have Pickett down in 18th. A drive-through penalty. Posse looks to have gotten past Nils again while I was fighting with the instant replay gods who did not grant me my true wish. Condesiglio right on the tail, but Iezi is putting some distance on him. Looks like Iezi has one focus and one focus only. That's finishing in first. Pete's been falling back. Pete's been falling back for a while now, and it's unfortunate. Now let's jump on with that helmet cam that people love so much. Take a look at what Iezi is going to do here. Although Nils is very close to the back. Let's do that real quick. Nils outside of Passy. They're side by side. Giving them space. Passy dives late. Nils still on the inside. They're side by side. Nils is definitely squeezing him there, but now he takes the position. It's a good move. They're fighting it out. Looks like they are going to be fighting it out straight till the end, too. Simone getting really close to the back here. Henry Green also, though. You're killing me, guys. There's too many of you fighting for too many things. We've got, oh no, 2 drive-thrus, Pickett and Villet. That's absolutely race ending. This close to the end, you're not gonna recover. That's tough to see. Henry real close to the back there. Oh wait, we will not miss it. Simone, don't you worry, I'm not gonna miss this moment. He had one hell of a run down that straight. He did not manage to make it stick, but Chris with a moment of weakness, I don't know what just happened there. He ran hella wide, understeer galore, and it was nearly the moment for Simone to strike, but it looks like he managed to catch it just in time. His tires probably absolutely at their limit. Anybody have any insight for me on the life of tires of an Aston Martin driven by an absolute maniac? Simone looking to the inside, not going to actually take it, just trying to bait the defense. Chris knows better. The UI says it is raining. Maybe it's raining on one portion of the track, okay? You don't know. Oh, you know what? I probably have my settings set to my VR settings, so it doesn't even look nice. I'm actually really wondering if I have my broadcast settings on at all. I think I'm running it at my VR settings, which would have like low rain, low particle. Simone, well in the draft, but didn't have a good enough run to really make a solid attempt. And oof, you can see the loss of aero there as he understeers wide, not able to bring it into the apex. Much tighter line than Chris through there. Chris always seems to carry a lot more speed with a wider circumference to his turn. Chris smells blood, 4 minutes left, does not want to make the slightest error again. Much better here, did not run wide this time. That's probably for the best because Simone had an incredible section through that. But again, Chris always seems to set himself up really well. Always focusing on the straights and puts himself exactly where he needs to be. Pretty much ignoring what's going on behind him. Chris now coming up to blue flags. I don't know. This is the first blue flag of the race, yes? Yeah, this is going to be the first legitimate blue flag of the race. Is that Pickett then? Yep, it's Pickett. Right there, you can see the headlights of the leaders. What an interesting view to watch the battle for the lead here. Is he gonna respect those blue flags as they come out? Chris not wanting to battle him for position. There we go, and he lets him by, as is tradition. One, two, three, all ducks in a row there. We have our second blue flag. It's gonna let him on by as well. Is he gonna block that third? Oh, that's real painful for Michael. That blue flag literally parking it right on the apex. Michael runs wide. Hopefully that didn't trigger any kind of a warning for him. I would hate to see him get a drive-through with a minute remaining. Of course, Simone would love that. Could absolutely use not worrying about what's going on behind. So we're gonna hop on board again. Oh, that's the one I want. There we go. Yeah, unfortunately it is not raining. Perhaps it is raining just on such a small level that we can't tell. Simone once again not getting close enough on the straight to really benefit. He's gonna have to put down a better first sector, come out a little closer on this straight if he's gonna want to have a chance to dive in. As it is, this straight has been the ultimate stalemate for these two. Every time they neither gain nor lose from each other. It's thrilling. Simone, beautiful line there, really cuts the gap down. A little bit wider on a line this time than his previous attempts, and there goes Chris running wide again. Just barely brings it into the apex. Bobbity boopity. Did I do that right, Vaffel? I think I said it correct. You wanted me to say it in authentic Italian, right? Holy shit, and Simone. Oh. You tricked me, you son of a bitch. But there we go. Chris taking it in. That was weird timing because the race ended perfectly. So, Chris takes the win. Simone takes second place. That's going to be the championship decided as well. Condesiglio coming in third. That's going to be a beautiful podium there. Congratulations to our race winners. Good spread there. Notice we actually had Aston, Ferrari, Porsche, Audi. Pretty good spread for the top four. Pete, unfortunate for him, his dreams of the championship are dashed. And woo! Beautiful. Henry Green, it looks like is actually... Is he racing for position still? They are! Henry Green, and win! To the finish! With Win taking the surprise victory on the final corner. That's going to be painful for Mr. Green, who I'm pretty sure he thought that one was over. Well, excellent race. Good work. It ended so quick I actually didn't realize it was over. And, yeah. I don't know what more to say. It was good. Good stuff, guys. I don't have a co-caster to tell me, anything else. So, yeah, Pisani, Paul Ricard looks better in the dark, but it still looks like a parking lot. So, it is what it is. It looks like a better parking lot in the dark. It was a really good overall race. Some really close battles all throughout it. In the end, it was a good season. ACC is certainly not ready. Yeah. Well, for endurance at least, I will say that the sprint races and the short races this season in ACC were absolutely fantastic. Quality of racing is great. The spread of the field is good. I really think that the BOP is even pretty solid. I just wish that the quality of server infrastructure was up there to make sure that the endurance events ran well. However, the race was good today. I don't want to do any interviews because that's not my style. I don't have a co-caster, so they can't talk me into it. So I will see you guys next time. Don't know when that'll be. Don't know what series it'll be, and I don't even know when the next race is. So take care. Don't forget to follow. Don't forget to subscribe, like, favorite, smash the bell, do whatever the thing is that you need to do, and come race with us next time.